Welcome to Chemistry 1412. My name is Lázaro Pino. I am Cuban with more than 30 years of experience in industry and teaching. I used to work at the Central University of Cuba, and also I worked for Miami-Dade College and West Coast University in Miami. The, my office hours will be after the lab on Monday and Wednesday, and here you have my my email. You can send me any question using the email and I will answer as soon as possible. You need the book, the ebook, and also you can buy the code for for the homeworks. Even though at the beginning we are going to make the homework in a different way that I will explain you at the end. You need a scientific calculator, a notebook, and we are going to go over kinetics, equilibrium, acid, basis, thermodynamic, electrochemistry, and other tasks related to chemistry. The grading policy is that 70% of your grade depends on the lecture and 25 on the lab. In the lecture, you will have 10 homework that will be 15 points each, 3 exams, and a final exam. The lab is 25% of your final grade, and there you have quizzes and reports. The reports will be in the notebook. I will grade you the following week of the experiment, and the notebook is supposed to have in the first page your name and the name of instructor, later the table of contents, and after the report that contains the title, a background information with the purpose, the materials, the method, the data, and also you will have data processed in form of graph, tables, and of course the conclusions of the lab that will be an answer to the purpose you reported. The references are the notebooks, the books or different sources you use during your report. At the beginning of every lab, you will have a quiz that is 2 or 3 questions about the lab. The question will be like, what is the purpose of experiment? Give me a short explanation about the procedure, or maybe a problem that has to be with the calculations you have to carry out during the experiment. Also, you can describe the apparatus you will use during the experiment. You will assign during the first section of the lab an agreement. Here you have all what you are supposed to be careful, and then you will sign it and you will give me this. The fire extinguisher, the fire blanket are at the entrance, and you can use it just in case of fire. The If you spill a lot of reagents over you, you have a source uh, of water, a shower. You can pull this ring and you can take a shower in order uh, to avoid the amount of reagent that is over your clothes. Also, you can put away the clothes that were spilled. In case that into your eyes goes a reagent that is almost not possible because you're going to wear safety glasses all the time. You have an eye wash. You're supposed to wash your eyes for at least 10 minutes if some reagent goes on it. In case of that there is a flame on the place you're working, you can use this sand that is in the lab. Broken glasses can be produced because of glass tubing or maybe a broken uh, glassware, but you have to avoid to touch it with your hands. You are supposed to dispose it into the broken glass container. And if you cut your fingers, for example, you have to see the structure immediately and wash it with a lot of running water. Later, we can use a tape to stop the bleeding. And in case it is so dangerous, then we can go to emergency. You have to take care about toxic chemicals. You cannot drink or breathe it or not even touch it with your hands. That's why you are supposed to wear gloves when you are handling this kind of chemicals. It's important for you to know the grade of toxicity of this and how you are supposed to handle them. You can get information from manuals that we have, or you can ask me and I will give you information about the chemical. Remember not to put all your belongings in the correct place while you are carrying on the experiment. You have a place to storage all your belongings. You are supposed to wear safety glasses all the time, not eating or drinking in the lab. Wash your hand before you leave the lab. Never work alone, and use correct clothes. Long pants. You're supposed to wear long sleeves, closed shoes, and you're supposed to tie your hair up if it is a long hair. Never perform an experiment that you're not allowed to, and don't point uh, uh, the reagents over nobody, not even over you, and try to to carry out the procedures that they are supposed to. If you have any doubt doing anything, please ask your instructor. The expectation is there will be no accidents or injuries in the lab. The first experiment is about the vapor pressure. You can go to this place and watch this video that will give you an idea. Read the experiment before you come to the lab and have an idea of the structure formula, the molecular weight, if the substances that you will work with have hydrogen bonds or not, and you have to predict the vapor pressure order in these substances, because this could be question you will have at the beginning of the lab. Then follow the instruction and um, you have to graph your data during the experiment following the procedures that it is explained in the lab manual. Remember that you have three types of intermolecular forces in liquids, and according with this will be the behavior of the evaporation of every substance in the lab. Remember that the molecular weight has a very important answer in this property, and also the three types of intermolecular forces in the substances you will work with. The homework that I send you will be by Sunday midnight, and you will send me the answers in a page like this that you can find in Google. You go to a student SIP G grade, SIP grade ID. You will find in zipgrade.com for 50 questions. You can print this. You can bubbles. For example, if in question one the answer is C, you fill this bubble and um, you scan your page and send me by Sunday midnight. The different the different exams will be also during the lab section and will be multiple choices too. So this is all, and I hope if you have any question, you ask me, please. See you next week.